All right, guys, I think I figured out what happened. The flywheel fell off. It's not connected to the crank. Hopefully I can get it out of here without dropping. Let's see. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay, you ready? It's pretty bad. Look at the dowel pins, they're all loose. Look at all the shavings everywhere, metal shavings. Wow. I guess the crank and the flywheel weren't happy. All right, let's get that flywheel out of there. Oh Lord, there we go. Ooh. Oh. That thing's got some weight on it. Oh my gosh. All right, there it is. You can see the dowel pins just fell right out. And you can see how wobbled out the holes are. You can see in here the bell housing. You can see where it hit the bell housing right there and just kind of grinded some of that off. Let's drain the oil, take this thing apart, see what it looks like on the inside. Get the oil out of here. This is a 21 millimeter. All right, here we go. Oil still looks pretty good. It's a little darker, but it smells fine. I think the engine was actually running pretty good. It was just the flywheel and the crank worn out. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to save the case or not. We'll see. We'll take it apart, see how it looks, see how the crank looks. Take it over to Darren's maybe and have him take a look at it. But he said he's got a long block for me. He's got a 12 volt 1600 ready to go. So I might just pick that up from him and throw a 12 volt 1600 in there, which would be a little better anyway. We'd have 12 volts, better electricity, and we'd have a little more horsepower. All right, get that screen off of there and see if there's any junk in the screen. And there's little 10 millimeter nuts holding it on there. There shouldn't be too much. I flushed this case really good multiple times, but there still is some junk in there. Little bits of stuff coming off the case. This case is corroded really bad at the bottom. Whatever was sitting in there just sat in there for 40 something years or whatever and ate away at it. So even if the flywheel was good, some of that junk probably would have got up in the crank at some point and blown out the bearings. I wouldn't be surprised if they're blown out already. Let that drain a little bit longer, and yeah, there's junk. There's all kinds of junk sitting at the bottom of this case. It's just ate up. Whatever junk was in the oil, chemicals and stuff just ate this case up at the bottom here. Big chunks of magnesium. All right, let's start taking this thing apart. Let's get this thing opened up, see what it looks like. Let's get all these wires off first. .21 millimeter, and it's coming right off. You can see I put a new belt on, but this thing is so rusty, it started eating at it. flat head on each side. There's a bracket holding the generator. There we go. There it is. Carburetor and intake. Let's get the pump. Fuel pump. What is that, 13? I should know this by now. 13. I have a video where I rebuilt this. You should go check it out. It's pretty cool. Okay. We can get the little fuel pump rod out of there. We're going to leave that. Oh, that's right. I forgot that was broken. Now we'll go ahead and take it out. The little tip broke off inside, which is pretty normal for the old ones. Okay. 13. A lot of 13s on here. Got that, and then we got this little tin right here we gotta loosen up. There we go. And we have replaced this. This is a new one I got off of Amazon for 40 bucks. It was working pretty good. There's a little spring down in there. I guess we'll get it out. Guess it'll come out. There it is. Okay, let's get the oil cooler off that we replaced the seals on in the last video. We'll get the generator stand off. These are 13s. I can just barely get in there with these. I love these little ratchet sockets. Some of them are a little too thick right here to get in. This hasn't been off in a while, this stand. I don't know the last time they rebuilt this thing, but it was probably a long time ago. Yeah, there we go. But first, let's get this tin off. Some of these things only have 1 or 2 screws holding them on because the original ones broke off. So. I guess that's to keep, in case you accidentally drop something in there, it's supposed to keep it from falling all the way in, I guess, maybe. But there's plenty of junk. Look at all that junk. Had some guys asking about the yoke. This one, this is the first time I've actually used this one, but it fit inside this stand pretty good. It doesn't fit in all stands, so you got to measure them, but it fit in this one pretty good. And it's just sitting in here. I don't even have it screwed on. But that yoke actually comes with this, which is made to be screwed onto a table. You could weld it down or screw it down to a table, and then you could just work right off of a table. Just Google VW engine stand yoke and it'll pop up. All right, let's get that oil cooler off. A couple of tins, I think is what's on here. Ooh. We had this thing off last week to replace the seals, I think. Come on. There we go. Ooh, got it. Those are the new seals that were in there. They were working good. Let's see if we can get this exhaust off of here. There's some 13s. That one's working. Awesome. See here where the stud came out. That one. Look at the fluid that's in there. It's kind of cool. The Freol seeped in there over time somehow, and it just kind of sat in there. This one it didn't, but luckily it came out of the head, so good there. We just got to get the spark plugs out, get these off, and same thing on the other side. That'll be nice if these all come off. I don't know why I do that with my hand. I can do this. All right. Success. This thing needed a new exhaust anyway, so we might as well rebuild it while we're at it. It needs everything, guys. Probably, like I said, probably just gonna see what we can save off of it, put it in a kit, and maybe we'll build a 40 horse later on. I already built a 40 horse with Darren, really sweet one for Rusty, and we also built a Super 1600 for Georgia. It was actually for the Carnegie, but I put it in Georgia for now. And Darren has also built me a really sweet Type 4 1.7 and a 2.0 long block. So I think a basic 1600 for Bama will be fine. Pretty wild how much leverage you get with these things, you know. You think you got it loose and you put your finger on there and you're like, nope. All right. Woo. Let's see if it'll pop off. There we go. It's so rusty, it just popped right off. There it goes. All right, let's get the pulley off of here. This is 30 millimeter. Turn up the juice. There we go. Old ratty old rusted out exhaust and the heater channels. Okay, we'll get this off of here. Let's see if we can knock it. It might not come off of there. She's on there pretty good. A little bit of in-play in there, huh? Wow, that's crazy. All right, we'll come back to it in a minute. I'm gonna have to put some heat on it. Let's get the heads off. Our seals were working good, the ones we put on. Gotta get these off. Get the rockers off. What are those, 13s? That's not working very well. All right. Rockers are off. Get the pins here. Oh man. Got oil on my new shoes. Oh, good. Just hit the tip there. All right, let's get the 15 on. Got a bunch of 15s. Look at that one's like almost all the way off. That was barely holding on. Ooh, that one came out with the stud. Pretty gnarly. Yeah. We got them all out, right? Hey, look at that. All right. Push rod tubes came off with it. A little bit of carbon in there. I mean, it was running pretty good. I mean, considering it'd been sitting for 40 years, it was running pretty good. Look at the carbon in there, boy. She's a little dirty. A little dirty. Let's see if we can get these off. Nice. We'll take a closer look at those in a minute and see how they look. Of course, if you were going to rebuild this, you'd get new pistons and jugs, unless it was an extreme budget build. Boom. There's a little bit of wear on there. All right. Do the other side just like that, and then we'll get these off, get the pistons off the rods. Same thing on this side. I've already got the cover off and the rocker out. All right, we got them all. Let's see if we can knock this off as easy as the other one. Looks like it. Man, this is like a sophisticated teardown. They usually don't go this easy for me. I guess I'm getting better at it, maybe. Although this one was running pretty good, so I guess it does help. Spoke too soon. Oh yeah. There we go. Woo! All right. We're getting there. All right, let's see if we can pop this off again. Not trying to save it. It's on there really, really bad, so it's gonna get damaged. Just want to get it off. I'm gonna be worn out after this. Dang. Woo. Man, that is a workout. Woo. Finally. Yeah. We got it. We should be able to reuse that, yeah. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, I'm exhausted now. And the reason you gotta get that off, one of the reasons, because there's two little screws back there. To get this tin off, you gotta get to those. Whew. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Hopefully these come off. Probably gonna need vice grips on there. That one's turning. Cool. There we go. All right. Yeah. Now that can come off. Now you can get to these screws, nuts, and the oil pump nuts. Let's get this oil pump cover off. You see how rusty the screws are. Tin. The cover should come off. We'll pull those out of there. Let me get the magnet. Oil pump gears. Let's get these pistons out of here. Maybe I should have left that thing on there so I could turn it. I guess we could just stick it on there a little bit so we could turn it. There we go. There we go. Get these little clips out of here. Rod pins. These work great for that. That style anyway. The old school style. Let's knock that pin out of there. I'm not worried about saving these pins. We're gonna just knock them out. There we go. Jump on this side real quick since this one's already out. We'll grab that. This pin out real quick. Oh yeah, coming right out. Coming right out. Look at the look at that rod bushing is coming right out. It's so loose. Wow, it's slipping out of there. Let's turn this. Get to those two. Those came off a lot easier than I thought they would. It helps that everything's been running. It's all lubed up. For sure. For sure. Went and saw Love Song, The Cure the other night. They're a Cure tribute band. I've seen them a few times. They're actually really, really good. If you guys get a chance, go check them out. All right, guys, pistons are all off. And they came off pretty easy. They actually look, I mean, I don't know. I'll have Darren look at them. I'm sure they're worn out. I don't really know what I'm looking at. Okay, cool. So this can come back off now. We don't need this. But that's how it works, see? The boxer engine. You can see how the rods, pistons move in and out. Side to side. That's why they call it a boxer, sorry. Because it looks like boxer hands and arms. Yep. Yes, sir. And you can see the distributor drive down in there. And you can see the distributor drive gear, that brass thing down in that hole. It's kind of cool. All right, let's get this off. It doesn't want to come off. There we go. All right, guys, we're getting there. These are all the parts so far. And I think we're ready to crack the case. What else is there? Well, we're not ready. We're ready to take all the case bolts off. And there's a bunch of them. We're gonna get all those off. Is there anything else we can do? Oh, we can pull out the pressure relief valve. Let's do that real quick. See if we can break this loose, hopefully. She's in there. It's moving just in there, really. Big time. Big time, I'm on my way. All right. Maybe I can use these. Oh yeah. Wow. Man. I don't remember it being that hard to get out, but this has been a while. It's been a while. Hey, it's got spring pressure. is right there. There's the spring. There's the dang nut that didn't want to come out. It was just been in there forever, probably. Probably never been out. Hey, there's the piston. Piston came right out. Got that sucker out of there. Man. Yeah, it was in there good. Piston. And the spring. I guess you could put different types of springs, different tension springs in there, or they get worn out or whatever. Let's go ahead and get all these nuts off. Most of these are 13s, these little ones, and then these are 17s, I think. They all have to come off. Let's do it. See these little slots right here? They actually formed them into the case so you could get in there. It's pretty wild when you think about all the engineering that goes behind everything in an engine. It's pretty wild. A lot of smart people out there. And this was designed 100 years ago almost. Engineered and designed. It's pretty wild. By Fernand Porsche. This is Porsche's first engine design, basically. There's this one right here that's always hidden because it's completely covered with grease and dirt. This one's not too bad. Get all these out of here. The magnet helps get the washers off. All right. 13s, bunch of them. Not sure what that thing is. Some sort of access point there for something. Another one here. Another one here. Be interesting to see what the crank looks like. And the cam, and the lifters, the bearings. What do we got? There's another one here that's hidden. Get all the little ones first. Get these off the top. Now see, that just has a nut and a lock washer on that one. Usually these things have been rebuilt 2 or 3 times in their life. That one's on there. Okay. I think that's all the little ones. We'll double check everything before we start pounding on it. Let's get the big ones off. 17s. Yeah, it's hard to get in there with these studs in the way. Oh yeah. Yeah, that one's can't quite get to that one. I think that's it, guys. Let's tap on it and see what happens. Nothing yet. We might need to get that oil pump out of there. Let's see if we can knock that oil pump out. Yeah. Hear how the sound changed? It's loose. Just had to break it free from that seal. A little dirty. Okay, now we're going to tap lightly here and here at the end of this. See if we can get the crack open. If it doesn't, I'm going to double check, make sure all the nuts and bolts are off, but it should. You can actually see right there where somebody chipped it off before a long time ago. You can see right there, that old chip right there. Yeah, you can see it's split. If all the nuts and bolts and everything are loose, off, it should crack open pretty easy. I think we got them all. You gotta go gently with it. Not like how I used to. I've learned a little bit. A little bit, not a lot. You can see it's starting to split open there. There's these little notches that they have on the case. So you can tap on it lightly. It's coming. There's little dowel pins in here holding it. some other stuff. It's starting to split. You can see it here. It's just little dowel pins, and these studs are still holding it. I want to pry on it just a little bit. Not much at all. Just to kind of help it along. Real lightly. It's coming, you see it? It's loose. It's loose. It's coming. Let's see if we can lift it. There it goes. You want to be a little more gentle than that if you plan on reusing some of the parts, but I know this is going to need everything replaced probably. Yeah, look at all that crud in there, boy. Wow. Holy cow. It is just packed full of hard junk that after flushing it like multiple times is still in there. Okay. Let's see what we're working with here. I guess we can pull the cam out first. Holy cow. Wow. Look at that. Whoa. Look at the cam gear. Wow. It is destroyed. I can't believe it was running like that. It's just all ate up from some corrosion or something. Wow. Look how bad it is. There was some chemical in here just eating away at this stuff. Wow. We'll take a closer look at it in a second. Let's see what the crank looks like. It's worn out, guys. I can't believe it was even running. Wow. There it is. Lifters. We're not saving them, don't need to worry about where they were or anything like that. Wow, this thing's worn out. Worn out. Worn out. I wonder if we can get that distributor drive gear out of there. There we go. It's turning. Oh, this thing's holding it. This piece of the fuel pump plastic thing is holding it. Let me crack that out of there. It's like Bakelite. It broke off the tip. There we go. That is remember earlier I showed you the fuel pump rod, push rod holder, whatever this thing's called. Well, this piece, it gets stuck in there and breaks off, and that one had broken off in there. And then you can't get the distributor drive gear out because this is blocking it. So yeah, now the distributor drive gear should come out. Maybe. It's a little sticky. It's a little sticky. And they had it in backwards. Remember, our timing was off in this first start video. It's because they had dropped it in backwards. Come on, baby. You can come out. Ooh. Come on. Don't be shy. It's just sticky. Been in there a long time. Wow. Dang it. There it goes. It's a little sticky. Just a little sticky. Should be some little washers on there. Yep. These two little washers that go on the bottom of the drive, spacers. That's the distributor drive gear. All right. Woo. All right, let's take a closer look. Look at that bearing. That is not supposed to look like that. Yeah, that one is completely shot. Look at all the crap down in there. It is thick and hard. This case is just junk. Whatever was sitting in the bottom of this, some additive they probably put in there at some point, just ate into it really bad. Wow. Man, I can't believe, and I flushed this thing with all kinds of stuff. Diesel and purple power and all that stuff. Cleaned it really good, so I thought, and it was still filthy. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, yeah, this thing was pretty much shot, guys. I can't believe it was running, to be honest with you. Just shows you how durable these things are. They can run under pretty extreme conditions, I guess. So, this engine, you know, I don't know if the crank is good. I can't tell just by looking at it. I have to have Darren look at it and see. Let's see, I think this just comes off, yeah. So that's like the main bearing here. This is the one that rides here, right? Pretty sure that's where that one goes. It looks pretty worn out. Is there a, yeah, there's a little number on it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let's see. Is that a, I'm assuming this thing was rebuilt at some point, probably multiple times. Not sure if you guys have seen that logo before. Not sure what that is. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this thing is worn out. Lifters, that one's dished pretty bad. And yeah. The lobes on the cam, they don't look terrible. Well guys, mystery solved. It's completely worn out. So it is what it is. I wasn't expecting I wasn't expecting much more from it really. I was surprised that it started at all and that it actually ran and drove for a couple minutes. So pretty impressive considering the condition. But it is pretty much all junk. Well, not junk, just worn out. There are some parts on here we could probably save. The carburetor and a couple other things. The heads are probably worn out. The crank we might be able to save, and the rods we'll have VW Darren take a look at it. The cam and the lifters are gone. The bearings are gone. Pistons and jugs are gone. So not much left really. Of course, I'll keep my little pump that I rebuilt. This thing's sweet. I'll hold on to the coil. I'll hold on to all of it. I'll put it in a little bin and mark it with the other ones. But yeah, that's pretty gnarly looking case, especially since I really cleaned this thing really, really good. So just imagine how nasty it was before I cleaned it. I mean, because it doesn't look like it's been cleaned at all, which is kind of sad. Just look at the I spent hours cleaning this thing, but it is what it is. I just can't believe how dirty it is. It's crazy. And the thickness of it in here is just unbelievable. It's almost like, you know what this is? I bet you I know what this is. This is mud daubers or some sort of wasp or something made nest in here at some point, and that clay and stuff fell down and got in here. 'Cause that's what it seems like. It looks like, it almost looks like clay or mud when you crack it through it. So, but the case right here, you can see the case deteriorated here. But this part of the case, yeah, that part of the case deteriorated too a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's toast. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to have to find another engine for Bama. I think Darren's got one for me, so probably just have, I think he's already got the long block built. And I might just have him put everything together, start it for me. That way I can just stick it in there. But that's not the priority. That's not the priority right now. The priority is getting Georgia back on the road. So he's gonna check out the Super 1600 that he built. He's gonna get it tuned up for me because it's been sitting around and pushed around for a while now. And he's gonna check it out, just make sure everything's good. And we're gonna put the windows in Georgia and get it ready to go. So that's going to be next. And then in between and maybe after that, we're going to, somewhere in between there, we're going to start working on the Gia, doing some metal work back here. And maybe even jump back on the 914 a little bit. So stick around. Hopefully we'll have some good content coming up. Appreciate it, guys. See you on the next one.